Hey, so if you're around the legal edge very often at all, you're going to hear us talk about a term called general's tent, right? Are you doing your general's tent? And what your general's tent generally is at the end of the week, you taking a few moments to see one, what you accomplished this week, right? Looking at what your goals and targets were for this week, and saying, did you accomplish them? If you didn't, what needs to happen to make them accomplish? One, did they just become not relevant? Was it you had a follow-up call with a new employee and you decided to fire them? If they're not relevant, fine, just cross them off. But if they are needed and relevant and you just didn't get to them for some reason, do you need to roll them to this next week? And why did you not get them done? Did you underestimate the amount of time it took? That's a common problem we see in people is they're like, hey, I'm going to make this my task and I'm going to do these 4 activities and they each should take an hour. And really they're 2 or 3 hour jobs. And you didn't have an extra day that week. Is that why you couldn't accomplish it? Or did just things get in the way you couldn't control? Or did you just make other choices, right? But can we move those to this next week? But then also on the general's tent, it allows you to plan your key items and tasks for the next week, right? Look at your calendar. Anything unusual this next week that you need to take time to plan around? What are your targets and goals for this week? And how do they align with your monthly and then with your yearly and quarterly targets, right? So to continue making sure you're continually making progress moving forward towards those goals and targets that you've decided are so important. And if you don't do a general's tent on a weekly basis, what we found is you start looking at your goals less and less. You lose weeks. And then at the end of the month, you're looking at things going, oh, crap, I didn't do this and this and this. I didn't move anything forward at all. Let me put them for next month. And then because you've got that bad habit of not doing a general's tent and checking in on things, what happens another months go by and you're not any further along towards your goals and targets, okay? So that's why doing a weekly report and review or general's tent or planning session or whatever you want to call it is so critically important. One, you want to see what you accomplished last week so you get that little high and, hey, I did this. Then 2, the things you didn't get accomplished, you move them to the next week. And then also make out your individual weekly targets and how do they align with your monthly goals and your quarterly and yearly goals, right? And plan them out so you're always grinding forward, making progress. That weekly review is so important because 1, it invigorates you to read your goals again. 2, you see how much did you move any closer, and then you plan your next forward steps, okay? So if you're not doing a general's tent or weekly review, a return report, you need to add it in. And if you are doing one, great, I hope it's working for you. And if you have any questions about sort of the format, the way we do these things, just check us over at legaledgecoaching.com. This is Shane. I'll talk to you soon.